Hello and welcome back to Kevin playing Beam.NG. We still the same day as the last episode. I didn't get to immediately hit record like I hoped. Took a while to figure out how to cheat the money back up. But I got a method now that I've bookmarked, so I won't have to keep figuring this out. It's easier to just put a cheat in the console command than go edit the files. So I didn't have to do it the Rube Goldberg method. That's good. So, where did we leave this off? I cheated up the money enough that we can go rent a garage somewhere else on the map. So, yeah, I kind of recouped all the dumb from the last episode and some extra. You don't like it? Oh, well. So, we gonna figure out how to get the dune buggy on this map, because I brought it here for a reason. Haven't gotten a... I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Haven't gotten to properly drive that thing yet. It's like, I want to sell it, but I want to use it before I sell it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back over here. I know I saw some kind of race over here when we were towing it. I wonder if that was one of these climbs or what it may have been. Is this going to be the closest garage? We may not have cheated enough to do what I want to do. That's fixable, though. Yeah. This is where we want to be. So we just got to drive our way over there. Like, I wanted to do some deliveries with this truck, but there's nothing on this map other than water deliveries or parcels. This truck ain't doing neither of those. So yeah, we just gonna pretend we got like invited to an event from the auction house when we purchased this thing, and then we'll consider it not cheating. But one of the things when we're next car shopping in this game, I want to see if different vehicles actually have different, what do you call it, NVH, noise, vibration, hostility. What is the H? It's not NVH, is it? It's gotta be, though. I don't know. I want to see if there might actually be a luxury feature that tracks into a video game. Because, you know, I go on about the wood trim and the leather seats and all that, but it's just something nice to look at in a game. You know, you're not actually experiencing the luxury. Interior noise, however, how well isolated you are from the road, that does come through. If it's emulated in Beam and all the various mods. A lot of ifs. This truck's certainly not isolated at all. And the dune buggy will be even worse. So, not figuring that out right now. This is the garage. Yeah, this is the garage. It better not pay or cost much. I want it back in there, but I also don't. So we won't. We'll just park over here. Where we're out of our own way. I don't know why that opened. So I don't know about them tires, but they didn't give us any problem. Should we go right into the psych talk that I didn't get to earlier before I have a chance to forget about it? What was that psych talk? Anyway. Sure, this is a garage. Guess too, I'm not opposed to like saving up and buying a new garage, but I am opposed to doing it without looking at all of our options and finding a way to be profitable, you know? So we just want to rent this. How often does that bill? 5 minutes, of course. What is with this, the mod makers here, and having payments be every 5 minutes? Like, the way they're tweaking all of the payments for jobs and races and everything, it doesn't make sense. Like, when you could do a hamburger delivery and make like 2K, it's like, all right, you can keep up with the payments. But now the DoorDash gives you a couple hundred. It's like you can make a couple hundred, but then you're going to be billed a couple thousand every 5 minutes. I don't get it at all. The economy is just wacky. It's like you're trying to make the income realistic, and you're trying to make the expenses obscene. I don't get it. So anyway, as far as we've cheated, I cheated in enough to have half an hour with the garage. So, I mean, we'll just do it. If I might want more than half an hour, we can cheat again. I don't care. Are we actually going to get to pull my vehicle here now? Now it costs 5K. Even though this is the vehicle I drove to this map, and that means we're going to have to pay to get one of them onto another map. And I have to wait for it. I have no understanding of how anything works anymore. Either way, let me find that cheat again. Where did it go? Great, I gotta figure out what folder it snuck itself into because it's not in my main bookmarks folder. I put it in mods. Fair enough. Alright. Cheaty peaty time. Oh, there's a lot of errors in here. I hope they're not important. Yeah, let's have Volvo again. Whatever. There's something about a Rolls Royce in here the last time I was playing. I ignored that. It went away. This one will go away too. Just give yourself 10K. And no, we won't overdo it. We'll just give ourselves 6K for the inconvenience of having to cheat. Yeah, what a phrase. Inconvenience of having to cheat. Alright. That was me looking up. It wasn't stick drift. Wasting my rent. What happens if I store the vehicle in here and then lose the garage? Do we want to find out? Probably not. Screw you. Can't move vehicles between garages. Ridiculous. So the psych idea I had, like, today was a third dar jar bar jar jar dar dar. No. Today was a low energy lethargy day, so I was just mindlessly watching car videos because I guess I'm in that mood now. I'm gonna look at the tires available for this. We might get something actually suitable for the sand. Otherwise, I'm gonna be stubborn about using this thing how it came. And yeah, as I was watching the car videos, I realized that even though, I'm an audiophile, I'm into having fancy headphones, exploring music genres, all that. What the hell are CFW ling-longs? I don't even want to know. Yeah, we do. There are sand tires. I don't know why there's. Okay, because one's bigger than the other. We'll get the sand tires. Let's do it properly. Any reason to get the big ones? Probably should just get the big ones. The suspension more travel or something. I don't know. No, I mean the small ones. Get the small ones. Yeah, I realized watching car videos, and this also tracks to reflecting on real life car experience. I tune out the engine noise. I do have some mechanical keyboards too, which makes it funny that I got interested in that hobby. Uh, but yeah, like that's one of the huge appeals for people into cars is what the car sounds like, the engine noise. So that was an interesting thing to realize. And then anytime I realize anything, I immediately go into psychoanalyzing it. And in the process of wanting to do that, I remembered something. Remember, I said I want to play a horror game on the channel in the near future? Because I read this psych paper. Should I pull it up? Should I show you what I'm talking about? That might be a polite thing to do. I don't know where I bookmarked it. I hope the time isn't counting on that garage when the game's paused either. How do you think RLS works? How do I find this psych paper? I should put horror into my search bar. I'll pop over once I got it open. I don't even know what might pop up with the. Yeah, it's gonna spoil the horror game, is what it's gonna do. Actually, if I popped over too soon, I did a lot of shopping around for the best price. So yeah, this paper has something relevant to car engine noises. It might explain why people love it and why I tune it out. So it all loops back around in a non making like a stretch argument way. Where the hell is this? What is this race swapping body horror? A lot of weird. Like, why is this not in my history anymore? I didn't hide it. There's no reason to have done that. Well, whatever. I'll just open. I made a document of the most important parts of the paper, which has a link to the full thing. I don't think the part that I'm referencing right now is one of them I documented, which is why I didn't just open this in the first place. But I can get back to the full paper, which has a really obnoxious... I mean, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. This is probably why it didn't show up in my search results, because this is the URL. That is obscene. So I don't have anything too cringe in there. Anyway. Oh, come on. What do you mean my session timed out? Go back to the article and click the link again. Screw you. Opening a private window. Damn it. What do you mean my session timed out? I don't understand that. Either way, the link doesn't work, but I was smart enough that I also copied the title. So you're not locking me out that easy. This isn't the post I wanted. I'm sure I can find what I'm looking for, but... frustrating. Anyway, I'm not going to lose my track of thought. As much as it tries, I'm not. But I'm going to copy this other link in here, so I don't lose access to the article. Okay. Okay, this is the right one. It's just formatted differently. Come on. Know what word I'm looking for. There, here we go. So if horror was about body count, all villains would have rifles. Horror is about fear. Referencing chainsaws as being a popular trope in horror films. It's heavy, loud, and can run out of fuel. We have good... Do you know what else is heavy, loud, and can run out of fuel? However, we have good reason to think it strikes fear because it features sharp saw teeth and a loud roar, mimicking features of mammalian predators. So think on that for a second. What could the fun be in cars that have loud roars? I'm sure sharp teeth translates into something if we really want to think about it. But just think about the engine for now. Heavy, loud, can run out of fuel. It strikes fear because it roars like a predator. This makes me really want to look up the sales numbers on sporty electric cars, because there's quite a few of them coming out. They just have mad horsepower. Like, as far as actual power goes, they completely wreck gas cars per dollar. I suspect they're not particularly popular, and that it's not just like a bias against electric cars based on like environmental or cost related or mileage, range. I don't think it's any of that. I think it comes down to the lack of the exciting engine noise. And the whole thing that people actually like about sports cars. Not everyone, but there's something here that's very significant. Obviously, cars don't engage in ambush and stealth behaviors like predators. Again, this article's about horror movies. I'm just finding a crossover here. I think part of the psychology of enjoying sports cars and engines and so on, and why people can get kind of fixated on loving, V8s and V6s, a big engine, loud engine, whatever, even when you can get the same performance in smaller engine or electric engine. It's the fact that it makes the car symbolic of a predator. And the excitement is finding mastery over a predator. See, there's the catch. Not the catch, there's the lead. Why do people like rear engine sports cars with snap oversteer or just rear wheel drive, where it's like the car, it's like the power is coming from behind you? So it's like you're outrunning it as you drive it. Like, why is that more intuitive and exciting? You can lose control of it. It's pushing from behind. Because it's more like a predator that you're outrunning and gaining control over, maybe domesticating. You see? So you gotta remember, everything in the modern day is, technology advances fast enough that like the evolution of how our brains are wired doesn't have time to catch up. So things kind of just slip into the nearest track in our mind, Like we're capable of adapting and working with things, which means that they're falling into pathways that already exist for other things, and that the brain's like, yeah, it's close enough. We can still work with this. I find this very fascinating. So, why is my thing all about luxury vehicles and isolation from the noises, and why do I like dissociate and tune out from engine noise? Because I'm not a very healthy person and never have been. Bad eyesight, all that shit. I got no chance of dealing with a wild animal, predator animal. So instead of just freezing up, I just tune it out. Maybe this doesn't track quite as well to the keyboard community. People aren't trying to get the loud, aggressive keyboards generally, but they just have favored sounds. That'd be something else to pick apart another day, maybe. Let's focus on the cars for now, though. Because, I was going through all these car videos, and I was realizing I really don't like the sounds of V8 muscle cars, like Corvettes and whatever else you can think of. It's like, it's too aggressive. And I was like, okay, well, what does aggressive mean? And that's when I thought of this article. And the other day, I was cruising through car videos, and there's a new like Lexus EV out that completely isolates like everything. It has no engine noise of its own, and it's like perfectly isolated from the world. And I was like, oh damn. I just watching like the trees go by as he's going down the road, and there's just like no noise. Like that was amazing to me, like effortless. Like per dollar, it's a lot slower than these sporty EVs like the Chevy Blazer SS and so on. But much more interesting. So, I mean, I do wonder what the crowd is that's buying high horsepower EVs. Now, the ones who aren't just into technology for technology's sake, that's a whole different concept. Like the people who still get the thrill and the adrenaline without the engine noise. What are they tapping into? Is it just like mastery of a thing? Like, can they take not the humanity, but the animal out of it, I guess you would say, and still enjoy it? Are they just enjoying speed? Just spiking adrenaline from speed? Like, because I mean, there's a lot there. Because humans historically are the endurance and running animal. Can't outrun everything necessarily in the raw speed way, but we have more stamina than most animals. We're the stubborn hunter. Some of that might explain the range anxiety people get at EVs. They're distinctly less human than cars with long range. So I don't know. I mean, the sharp teeth and claws explains aggressive body styling, I suppose. And the grills on some cars. It's like, you know, if we didn't have safety standards, I do wonder. Yeah, like, would have the whole finned style of the cars of the 50s and early 60s, would have that just kept escalating until you had cars that had, like, horns and, like, saw teeth and stuff on them? So, I don't know. I mean, again, you can go read this article. We're not really playing with the main concepts of this article here, just that one paragraph. And I'm tying it to something completely unrelated to what anything else in there is about. Oh, wow, you see my watch later. I sure hope there's nothing embarrassing in there. I'm actually pleased I've been clearing this out rather consistently. Like, look, it's just a day ago. So, nothing to censor in there. We good. What were we actually doing before I started talking? Let's just get this thing out to the sand dunes before I have a chance to break it. Like, I know there's a nice little course, like, right here, but no. We're not giving ourselves time to dumb. That's not me making that turbo noise. Right? I don't know. Let's turn my volume up a little bit. And let's get the surround sound on. Let's see how that works with Beam. As I say in other series, when I activate this, it's not going to come through the video. It's just for me. Maybe I'll talk about it. Maybe I won't. But yeah, that's my psych talk for this and the last episode. It's nothing really. Well, there is the personal element to me, but the main concept isn't. You know, I'm always trying to understand hobbies that I have no or like negative interest in, and cars is one of those where I only enjoy it in the video games. I'll just trust that those arrows are taking me the right way, and they're not telling me which way to go here. Thanks. Yeah, it does sound like the engine's behind me. It's not as loud as you'd expect that to be, but it's whatever. Mod maker being mindful that people don't want their ears blown off. I mean, could I just drive over there directly? I mean, it is a buggy. Yeah, sand tires. Oh, the engine's louder when you're in the third-person camera. So this thing actually has good NVMH. What? Yeah, this isn't just raw dune. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I know it'll bend the tires on some of these bushes. You know how fragile this thing is. So I heard a bad noise. I don't know. If we wanted to analyze the keyboard, I wonder how that would play. Maybe that's more of an ASMR thing. Yeah. So this is just a drag race, right? I think so. So I was gonna say let's be smart and take the course slow and learn it before we take it, but if it's just a damn drag race, then that's dumb. This thing just wants to oversteer. Ridiculous. No one ever said it was good for drag racing. Ridiculous. He's constantly just trying to turn around. Whatever. I made $69 if you round up. See what I mean about this not paying practically anything? Let's go over to the hill climbs. What sounds like it's dragging? I don't know. But yeah, as far as building a vehicle that Kevin enjoys, this is best case scenario for the dune buggies, going out playing in the dunes in the sand, where there's not really opportunity to hit anything. You can kind of just speed around and be a menace. If I was ever going to get into off-roading, I would definitely do some type of like soft roading or dunes / snow, where you can kind of just drive whichever way you want and whatever. There's no real rules. Just simplicity. What is this? Partial drag race. Alright, we want to head over to the hill climbs. Let's start with number 1. Why not? This thing being an automatic should actually help for this versus the manual versions. And I don't know. I'm making stuff up right now. I don't know the physics. I don't know that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we get away with that? I think we did. No, we lost our light bar. Oh no. Tight. I don't know if Beam actually simulates the hardness of the ground as far as like impacts go. So is this thing going to have a lot more tolerance to me slamming the wheels on sand versus like the hard pavement in California where I first broke the tire? What's the difference between these? And which one's number 1? Does it matter? I don't know. I'm not as confident about this as I was before, but it's fine. Alright, this is 1. Go, 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 go. Why is it suddenly bogged down? Oh yeah, we're rear-wheel drive. I swear it got more bogged down here than it did anywhere else. We're not getting up that. Oh. I don't even think extra power would help. Let's try going this one. Look at this damn thing trying to spin around. We're barely even moving. Yeah, I don't know what kind of vehicle can accomplish that, but that's pretty vertical. Let's try going a different way. Nah, I think sand is just bad once it gets steep enough. Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever get into hill climbs in real life. Like, I really do not enjoy the sensation of speed and G-force, which I've realized over time that's probably quite a bit my medical issues at play. My body doesn't have the ability to cope with stuff. A lot of other people who have the same condition have always been uncomfortable being in cars driving sportingly. How do you say that? Yeah. No. Body can't self-regulate. It's like the military has people who are very high tolerance for their fighter planes because you have to be able to survive a lot of G-forces without passing out. So you can't be Mr. Fragile and do anything that involves significant G-forces. So yeah, like I'm saying, I could be interested in driving out in dunes IRL, but probably not this kind of steep challenge stuff. Just like I don't even know if I'd want to be doing jumps. Like that doesn't sound very comfortable. I just like the idea of taking a cruise, not worrying about hitting anything. You can alter direction at any point, just when you feel like it. Go look at landscapes. Honestly, snowmobiling is what I'd say I'm most likely to get into. Like coming up here and just watching the highway is pretty neat. Huh. I wonder if Beam actually simulating cars over there. Or if it's using the same trickery that other games tend to use. See what I mean about those trees just being weird and awkward? I should give up on that. It's unnatural, those trees. Yeah. You know what? I do like how they've modded this map. On the original Johnson Valley, the sand dunes were a very small part of the map. And that was my concern here, is that they had overwritten the sand dunes. But they didn't. I don't know how all the rock crawling sections may be. Looks like there's plenty of space over here that hasn't been modified. Like the original Johnson Valley was like this area, maybe? I mean, it's a little more crowded on this side of the mountain. But I don't know that I'd say they removed anything that was important to me. So, put a lot of time on the map. I don't feel that we've learned anything about what this buggy is actually good for. It just feels universally bad. And that's unfortunate. Let's find a direction that the dunes look mostly my style and then go that way. Huh? So more flowing dunes over there. Cool walking speed. Yeah, that way's pretty chill as well. Look at those chill hills. Take a chill hill. That way's pretty chill. All the ways are pretty chill. Isn't that nice? No, that way's not. This way is not chill. That way. Maybe we just go out over there. Let's make sure we don't flip it over again. We lost a headlight. I don't even want to know what that's going to cost. I'm sure there's a lot of invisible damage too. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I'd actually enjoy driving on the dunes. I just like the wide open terrain. Yeah, there's another psych thing for us to analyze. Like I've had an obsession with wide open terrain and like walking it. It's been like a reoccurring daydream. Usually, well, actually not usually. It's always snow. Thing is, looking at real life landscapes like sand dunes fulfill the fantasy more than any snowy terrain tends to do. Because where there's snow, there's usually mountains. Like that mountain's fine, but like more steep mountains, and it actually kind of pisses me off. Like, I'm trying to look at like real life pictures or videos of like really snowy places, and places snowy year round, and it's always damn mountains. Like, come on, that doesn't match the fantasy. Like, I just want wide open, like snow covered plains. My fantasies are all symbolic of like wasted time and patience, and just it's literally just like wasting time fantasies, like just walking and walking and not finding anything, and walking, like waiting for permission. That kind of shit is what it's symbolic for. And mountains break up the terrain. It's like you have something interesting that you either have to go around or interact with. It's not a healthy fantasy, I'll tell you that. I mean, honestly, the long plains it's just a symbolism of the dissociation that I've done most of my life. derealization. It's the like the way to describe it is that the geographic space of like never-ending plains or dunes is symbolic for never-ending time. Translate space to time, and desert slash snow desert to a lack of things. The fantasy is just a long period or a long stretch of time with nothing, no landmarks, nothing noteworthy. And that's why mountains, houses, trees, stuff like that disrupted the fantasy. So, yeah. It's weird too. That character Henry that I tend or have tended to roleplay in the past couple of years. Call out to my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough for time I actually recorded playing the character. That was literally a character I came up with as a kid who was like a big brother type of figure, whose whole thing was basically to teach how to walk the plains and just be patient and endure through just a long period of time of just holding back and doing nothing to basically not get in trouble. Yeah, there's some vulnerability for you. It tracks to my heart rate monitoring and fearing consequences of my medical condition too. It's like my heart rate being too high or of eating a meal, that's like a confirmation of me doing something. So I expect a punishment. Because that's kind of what I learned growing up. Is, anytime I'm visibly interacting, other than just like sitting there doing my schoolwork, I'd get punished. So the sick thing too, and this gets a bit political, is the one thing the school system really made sure to teach growing up was more so than being like the whole punishment for socializing and engaging seemed more unique to me. Like, yeah, a couple school staff just were fixated on me. It wasn't like rules enforced on everyone. But the part that seemed more universal was that defending yourself is punished far harsher than, like, what would you say, aggressing? Is that a word? Aggressing against someone. And one thing they made damn sure to teach me is that the second you not only retaliate, but even like block a punch or anything, suddenly there's no punishment for the aggressor and there's mass punishment for me. Like it, I mean, they outright told me like word to word, like the only winning solution is not to acknowledge. If someone's trying to hit you, just let him hit you and pretend it didn't happen. Like, don't block your face. Like they told me, I was like, can I like cover my head? Like, no. Like, I mean, fortunately, the other kids didn't really screw with me, so there weren't really like any fights where that became physically dangerous. But that was literally the rules. Like, no retaliating, no defending yourself. If someone does shit, then the only way you can ever get them in trouble is if you just endure it and then tell on them like later. It's like, damn. Like, and even at that young age, like, I took that and I'm like, all right, anyone who's teaching that retaliation and self-defense are the greatest evils, that's like a system and an institution that's like whole purpose is to like oppress and aggro on people. Like, seriously, anybody who fears revenge and hates revenge more than anything else is somebody who has a reason to believe people will take revenge on them. Like, it's a very obvious idea. So, at that young age, the school is the only thing that I related to, like the government too. Like, everything else was just kind of out there in the world. Like, I gotta turn my AC down. My hands are freezing. Everything else was just out of my life. Like, at that point, medical, police, whatever, like, was not relevant to child Kevin. I just went between home and school. That was my life. So my entire impression of the government was based on the school. You know, the Pledge of Allegiance rubbed me the wrong way too. I was like, I'm gonna be allegiant to anything. Like, what the hell? Like, what do you need this? I mean, like, obviously, I didn't have like a vocabulary or that much understanding as a kid, but I was like, you're just assuming that I'm gonna be loyal. Like, hey, we found our lights. Now, it wasn't even that. It seemed like an aggressive thing that you have to do this. And then they were all awkward about it when I refused, which, you know, I've later as an adult realized that, you know, like that's a constitutional right to refuse the pledge because some people religiously have opposition to it. I think the school system was trying to figure out if I had like a religious upbringing or something like that. It's like, no, that was unrelated to why I refused to do it. I stopped doing the pledge because I was sick of being punished. It's like, screw you, I'm not loyal to anyone who's just going to arbitrarily, like, do that to me. Can't break me. Yeah, I mean, you know, limited understanding as a kid. Like, a lot of things you take as normal until you're an adult, but they definitely pushed past those limits a couple times. Most of the psychological abuse I was oblivious to, like, just dissociated and tucked it away somewhere. It was the physical defense that ticked off red flags, and then the pledge. It's like, that's what I knew was wrong. It's like, I don't know how the hell I got, like, you know, 10 years ago, like, I got into the, not patriotism, but I was hanging out with people who were like, you know, we can rehabilitate the American image and get into politics, you know, make America great again, of course. You know, Trump came in and kind of co-opted that whole idea himself, made it a cult of personality because it predated him. It was like the idea was basically don't throw away some because originally America had a lot of good ideas and the country originally supported its own people and it wasn't just a complete mess. But I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way just because my personality is one of like moving forward and not trying to rebuild the past. But I went along with it because I was like, well, you know, the competent people seem to think that's the most reasonable way to approach politics. You know, like try to get people, you know, good optics. You know, professionalism, and like get into the institutions and start making changes. You know, vote your way out of problems, but it was all bullshit. It just gets co-opted by people like Trump. Your energy gets used against you. Like, you know, you want to put your energy into something, you gotta come up with a new project. I mean, it feels too sneaky to try to be like, oh yeah, we're America. Like, stop fighting over the image of America. Like, it's just dumb. I'd rather just be anti-American. Nah, cause my politics have evolved from kind of a just, you know, we gotta get the country back functional for, you know, people like me into a more generalized, like, anti-imperialism. Like, you know, I got no tolerance for empires because it's like empires don't even like dominate the world to benefit their own citizens. You know, they start with dominating their own citizens and then they extend the domination outward to terrorize other countries. It's like I ain't got no time for that. I'm on the multipolarity train because that's where sovereignty is. Yeah. Yeah. So this is why I like cruising the dunes. You don't have to think too much. You kind of You get some little variety in the horizon. How far out you can see varies. I think that's fun. And you can kind of just blab and not really focus on the vehicle too much. IRL, if you were doing this, you'd be feeling a lot of vertical G-forces and bounciness. I don't think it'd be the same experience. So I don't know how I would actually enjoy Dune driving in real life. Let's think on that and see if we can figure something out, huh? Because I'm still on mission find a cruiser kind of car that Kevin likes. The Dune buggy was seeing if we could do like an off-road cruiser. Was the idea, but hardly a comfortable vehicle. I do like how much bigger these dunes are in this modded version of the map. Uh-oh. The gasoline getting kind of low. It's alright. We noticed it. The question is, do we try to race this thing back and sell it? Rather than refueling it? Now, there is a gas gauge in this. It's just not as obvious. That 8 went down to a 7, and I'm watching the 7 to see how quickly it goes down to a 6. I think we just happened to be looking at it when it went down a number. I don't think it's like speeding downward. It's fine. I'm sure this thing had a small fuel tank to begin with. So. Yeah, there's probably something to say about lightweight and heavier cars too. Like, why do some car enthusiasts prefer like roadsters like Miatas? Well, others, I don't know, maybe just don't care as much about the weight. I don't know. And supercars kind of look like the maw of an alligator if you think about it. That's getting to the territory of stretching concepts a little bit, but they do kind of look like a big mouth on an animal that you step inside through a door, like, and having the doors that open vertically like a mouth opening is like the big thing. Like, all right, I'm playing up the psych thing now, but I think it's fun talking about it like that. Let's at least put some gas in this thing. It shouldn't be as expensive as the truck. And look, the gas didn't tick down anymore, so we just happened to be looking at it, and when it ticked down, is this a functional gas station or a decorative one? Making me a little worried here. Uh-oh. I mean, the place over here is a gas station though too, right? So maybe that's why this one won't work. Should have just made this one functional too. Like, I'm literally in the mod maker's head right now. Like, we can't make that a gas station. It's too close to the other one. So, no. I'm over here like, it looked like a gas station. It better. Oh no. It ticked down to 6. Why did I have to go exploring? I lost the garage. Tow to road, please. Just to the road. Oh, where did that put me? It's fine. That was dumb. Shouldn't go play in the mud. I get having the trees and then having a little bit of mud. That's cool. I won't complain about those trees. Is this a functional gas station? If it's not, we might have a problem. Come on. Why isn't this one functional? No. Huh. I guess we got the security deposit back, whatever. Come on, man, you gotta have some gas. Can't literally make a gas station and be like, haha, it's just decoration for a dealership. Look, gas. Look, I can't even set the route because I'm on it. It's ridiculous. Maybe I should just trade the buggy in for whatever happens to be at this dealership. Oh. Hello, officer. Is this map broken? You hit a cop car. Or the cop car hit you. Seems like an ambush. We want to look at the market. Job market rising? What does that mean? Vehicle prices falling. No. Increased interest in buying and selling vehicles, though. Huh. Yeah. There's a whole economy system going on under the radar. Let me figure out where the gas station actually is properly. Right? If I walk around, I can't run out of Kevin fuel. Yes, I can. I want to hop the fence to go get that marker, but let's be responsible and just get rid of it the good old-fashioned way. I don't want to get stuck over there. Blurry. No one better crash into that. I don't trust them. Dealer special. I like being special. I need to go move the car. Come on, I just wanted to look at that. I just want to refuel. Don't make me disable your mod. I'll do it. You have a problem loading in, I'll do it. Just turn. You're the mod I thought was broken earlier. You're fine. It's an obnoxious interior. There seems to be I don't know if it's a bug, but there's something where cars' exterior color gets painted on the interior. Alright, here's a working gas pump. Did we just not get close enough to them? Or maybe we were on the wrong side. No, this one works. What? It's supposed to work. I don't know what's actually wrong with it. I guess we're just not close enough to the pump. Ridiculous. I guess this is why I bought a dune buggy. So exhausting. Can we not drive that close to me? I don't want to get gas at this pump. Sketching me out. Oh. Now what they honking at? Is it just me, or is this significantly cheaper than the other gas station? Wasn't the other one like 35 per liter? I don't feel guilty for cheating anymore. Not that I did before. Alright, do we got anything else we want to do here? We've blasted the dunes. Are there actually any races out in the dunes? Some races over here. Yeah, you can do that. I wonder why this thing sucks at crawling. I mean, it's rear-wheel drive. That's part of it. Is it not lifted enough? The tire's not big enough. Like, what is this vehicle? I feel like I've missed the purpose of it. I don't like that. It's like my favorite thing is to understand things that appeal to other people, but not to me. It's like I want to know who things are for, which means I got to know what they're for, what they're good at. Wouldn't mind doing some rally cross. It's just a long drive. Oh, yeah, let's check out the dealership. Then we'll drive to the other dealership. Why not? So there is a private market on this map, though we can't access it unless we go back to a garage. So, yeah, it's kind of lame, but this dealership here is not available online. This is an offline dealership. So better check it out while we're here. So I mean, we could check out the whole NVH thing. Special Datey. QE wagon. Got that electric 4x4. We're not going to be testing things off-road. I think I've learned that lesson already. So yeah, I want something to like do some cruising on the soft roads. I mean, I don't know if this is that car. Test drive. Nice of them to stop traffic for me. You know, this thing has a shift light. Why isn't it lighting up? Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, this thing cruises plenty fine, I guess. It's not much... Ooh, not much to really test drive on this map, is there? It's just showing what lights are on. It's not a shift light. Silly me. Yeah, we'll do a little bit off-road. Oh, damn it. Oh. Yeah, I guess not. Uh-oh. The dune buggy's gone. Oh. Better not have to rent a garage again to get it back out. This sucks. Check out the BMW, I guess. No. It's the only garage we got's the camper now. I don't know what vehicle we said is our favorite. Ding dong. I don't know what kind of engine's in this. I mean, it's a luxury car. You know it's a luxury car. But is it an interesting luxury car? I don't know about that. It's got that metric gauges. No. Do a little off-roading with it. Oh, that's dangerous. And bumpier than it looks. People drive these things in the dunes, though, right? This isn't really dunes, though. No, the NVH doesn't seem great in this car. Not being on a proper road might have something to do with it, though. It tolerated that reasonably. Eyesore. I mean, I like how this dealership just got a random selection of cars. It's pretty good for doing a little bit of test driving. Rapid firing through some different types of car. I got my psych talk out of my system today, so I'm happy about that. Fortunately, I pretty much immediately forgot what I was talking about with it, so. What about loud engines being like predators? Yeah. Oh, this thing's an automatic. We almost automatically drove over the curb. What kind of power you got? This one's not actually that bad. Yeah, it's crappy condition, but it's not the base trim. I feel like this has better NVH than the BMW. Maybe. No anti-lock brake. I mean, muscle cars are practically trucks. They're body-on-frame vehicles. Like, look at that. That's handling that so much better than the BMW. Oh, not great, though. That's kind of bumpy. This ain't fun. Let me go get a cruiser out of a car like that. Definitely fun to be had. I'm just dreading trying to spawn the dune buggy back in because I don't know that it's gonna work. No, I don't want that. I said I did, but I didn't really. What? Are any old cars really gonna have good NVH though? Let's check out the bright yellow Cherrier. Maybe make a convertible out of it or something. I don't know. Four-door? Yeah, probably not. No tachometer and a metric gauge. No. And it's not a luxury car, that's for sure. Hey, turn the car on. Wasting my test drive. You an auto? No. Automobile. But not an automatic. That doesn't seem quite as happy off-road. Uh-oh. That wasn't a happy noise. It's fine. Break anything. This thing front wheel or rear wheel drive? Can't even tell. It looks perfectly fine. That is the base model. That thing's actually got a little bit of zip to it. Or alternatively, it just feels faster than it is because it's a tin can. How much power did this thing have? Oh. Okay. It's a tin can. 50 horsepower, feeling fast today. You can keep that. I want to get something in the auction or something. Not niche enough. Damn it. Is the dune buggy on the map anymore? Oh, it actually says it is. It's over there. What is it doing over there? What? I wonder where it is. That's not mine. That one's yellow. I saw that sitting over there as I was doing test drives. Somebody steal it and repaint it for me? What? I mean, I appreciate it. But what? And they fixed it too. Oh, wait, is that... That is where the marker is, right? I'm confused. But not entirely bothered. Ow! Jump scare? Don't. What? Why is it yellow? This game finds interesting ways of catching me off guard. We're gonna let the traffic go past, and then we're gonna go on that little strip of road where we were test driving the other stuff. Little strip of off-road. And see how this suspension takes to it. How did the game know I wanted it to be yellow, though? Weird. Cool. I think I psyched that AI driver too. I mean, the Moonhawk wasn't really any worse than this. Right? I mean, we're not pointing up at the sky at any point when we're doing this. Alright, alright. I see the merits of it, Buggy. I get you, I get you. It's not useless. It's just mostly useless. Yeah, alright. It takes well to that. You just can't be doing this on any hard ground or the wheels start to complain. I mean, it was a cheap buggy. I mean, there's much better ones. Clearly. Maybe we should go test drive those after this commercial break for AI cringe. and redeeming free things. Oh, yeah, the surround sound sounds good. This detailed commentary coming to you from Kevin. Music time. Now, we're going to make sure it does something different, right? A song with no genre style overlap to previous songs. Concepts to base it on are they stole my car to paint it yellow. And they didn't know that my favorite color, as well as 50 HP, feels fast when you drive in a tin can, something like that. I'm on a trash can. As well as something about bumpy roads. Bumpy roads. And dune cruising. Chief forces out because I hate bruising. I gotta leave this enough room for it to make cringe too, but do I though? How about big engines? We can loop back to the concept of the 50 horsepower. Get me looking for predators with their big roars. I keep putting periods in there and then taking them out. Don't ask me why. I think there's one there. Get rid of it. I'm going to tell it, tie every concept together. Go in circles with them. We'll see what it does with that. Go in circles using them to justify each other. How about that? Long lyrics and genre styles. Good luck, AI. We're going to just progressively increase the ask on this. See if it can keep up with my cringe demand. I love cringe demand. Close that psychology folder. You don't need to know what's in there. We're doing disco today. All right. I'm down for disco. Funk disco. It wants 1970. Can do that. It would have been great for test driving that other car too. We want 118 BPM. We want some hi-hat shuffle because that sounds cool. I don't even know what that is, but I like it. F major. Falsetto chorus. Spoken word verses. Occasional yow like a startup. Okay. I'm here for it. You want some slap that bass. Alright. Cowbell. Clavinet. We're only picking some of these things. I mean, I could put everything in here, but it becomes too high effort at some point. You want a shaker. Yeah, maybe I should take the whole thing. Shaker for verses, open hi-hat for chorus. Let's see if the AI can work with that. Again, I don't I can't really analyze music on a technical basis, so I won't be able to tell you if it's really doing that. I kind of just go with the vibe and the feels. Focus on the lyrics. I mean, I can tell you when an instrument has an appealing, like, timbre. Timbre is how you say it. The bass drops out whenever G forces are mentioned. I don't think this AI is gonna be able to pick up on this, but we'll try it. That got the whole song. Let's not put that aligned bit in there. We got our lyrics. We got our title. Yellow trash can, 50 horsepower groove. And it'll get us some interesting album art. I think that's the only thing that the title really does, other than make it searchable for us. Okay. So we're going to do some of we're going to look at the dealership and we're going to do some of the races while the song's playing. Yeah, I mean, it's got the map right. Get the era right. Hilarious. All right. We're ready for the song and dance now.
Deadpan like a man filling out a police report. They stole my car, Midnight Johnson, Sun Valley. Found it 3 days later outside a 7-Eleven. Painted yellow like a highlighter, like a hazard sign. They didn't know my favorite color. They took my 93 color, beige as a Band-Aid. Left a can of sunflower sadness where my door handle laid. I laughed so hard I coughed, a lug nut out my nose. You think I'm mad? That yellow's the color of a rose. A rose that grew from a dumpster. Yeah, that's my vibe. My favorite color's trash, fire, orange, but they couldn't describe. So they picked the loudest thing on the Sherwin-Williams wall. Now I'm rolling like a school bus after a funeral brawl. Hard stab, die, die. The stuffy horsepower feels fast when you're driving her straight. Bumpy roads and dune cruising, I'm the garbage man. Big engines make me nervous, that drugs or predators plan. So I keep my yellow bucket, do the best that I can. They didn't know my favorite color's rust with a hint of regret, or the brown of a melted cassette. But yellow, that's the color of a warning light, the color of a school zone sign at midnight, the color of a taxi cab that just threw up inside. And now I'm that guy, cruising the dunes with a bent control arm. Every bump's a conversation between my spine and my palm.
Slap bass goes crazy for 4 bars, then stops abruptly.
G-forces, no thank you. I hate a bruise. My kidneys are on a permanent cruise. I take the pothole at 22 miles per hour, the same way a sloth takes a shower. Cowbell, more cowbell, then back. Because 50 horsepower ain't a lion, it's a snail. But when your car's a trash can, that snail has a tail. You feel every single pony pulling like a mule, 0 to 60. Maybe Tuesday, and that's cool. Now here's the twist, the Ouroboros, the snake eating its grease. I love that yellow paint job, it gives me strange peace. You see big engines rumbable like a T-Rex with a cold. They make me flinch and turn my radio to open. My 50-horse trash can purrs like a sleeping fly. So quiet that predators just walk on by. He drops his voice. What? Predator! Big diesel trucks with rolling coal, lifted F-330s with a God complex soul. They hear my engine, they think a lawnmower's lost. They don't even bother, I don't pay the cost. So thank you, car thief, for the paint job I despise. You made me invisible to the roaring, the oversized. My favorite color's still the rust behind my left tail light, but yellow means survival on a dune cruising night. Okay! 50 horsepower feels fast when you're driving a trash can. Sloppy roads and dune cruising, I'm the garbage man with a yellow lip. Big engines make me nervous for rolls of predators plans. Here comes a ram! So I keep my yellow bucket, do the best that I can. Okay! 2 car horns this time. So you see, they stole my car and painted yellow. They didn't know my favorite color, but my favorite color became yellow. The second it made every big block truck ignore me. 50 horsepower feels fast when the alternative is being eaten. Bumpy roads, I'm dune cruising with 0 G-forces. Cause I hate bruising, and predators with big roars, they can keep their noise. I'll be over here in my trash can, shining like a drunk school bus and smiling. Deadpan like a man filling out a police report. They stole my car, Midnight Johnson, Sun Valley. Found it 3 days later outside a 7-Eleven. Painted yellow like a highlighter, like a hazard sign. They didn't know my favorite color. They took my 90-day Corolla, beige as a Band-Aid. Left a can of sunflower sadness where my door handle lay. I laughed so hard I coughed the lug nut out my nose. You think I'm mad that yellow's the color of a rose? Man hits what? a hint of regret or the brown of a melted cassette. But yellow, that's the color of a warning light. The color of a school zone sign at midnight. The color of a taxi cab that just threw up inside. And now I'm that guy, cruising the dunes with the bent control on. Every pump's a conversation between my spine and my palm. Slap bass goes crazy for 4 bars, then stops abruptly. G-forces, no thank you. I hate a bruise. My kidneys are on a permanent cruise. I take the pothole at 22 miles per hour, the same way a sloth takes a shower, because 50 horsepower ain't a lion, it's a snail. But when your car's a trash can, that snail has a tail. You feel every single pony pulling like a mule. 0 to 60, maybe Tuesday, and that's cool. Now here's the twist, the Ouroboros, the snake eating its grease. I love that yellow paint job, it gives me strange peace. You see big engines rumble like a T-Rex with the cold. They make me flinch and turn my radio to O. But my 50-horse trash can purrs like a sleeping fly, so quiet that predators just walk on by. He drops his voice. What predator? Big diesel trucks with rolling coal, lifted F-breeze pupils with a God complex soul. They hear my engine, they think a lawnmower's lost. They don't even bother. I don't pay the cost, so thank you, car thief, for the paint job I despise. You made me invisible to the roar and the oversize. My favorite color's still the rust behind my left tail light, but yellow means survival on a dune. Cruising, no! 50 horsepower feels fast when you drive in a trash can. It's a vibe. Bumpy roads and dune cruising. I'm the garbage man with the yellow lid. Big engines make me nervous. That roar's a predator's plan. Here comes a rhyme. So I keep my yellow bucket, do the best that I can. So you see, they stole my car to paint it yellow. They didn't know my favorite color, but my favorite color became yellow the second it made every big block truck ignore me. 50 horsepower feels fast when the alternative is being eaten. Bumpy roads, I'm dune cruising with 0 G-forces, because I hate bruising. And predators with big roars, they can keep their noise. I'll be over here in my trash can, shining like a drunk school bus and smiling.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're not finding what this thing good at. It's not good for anything. Someone call the dough truck. Dough. And why is it beige now? Like every time I go to a dealership, someone's going to steal a car, huh? Dough. I bet even the truck would do this course better. Of course, now that I've said it, you're going to have to do it early. And now that I've said that, come on, the truck ain't going to take this. I can't do that. It's like, seriously, even this? It was supposed to be the easiest thing ever, but no. What good is that buggy? Like, you saw how good all the other off-road cars handled this map. I don't get what the buggy for. Should we look it up? I think the RLS creator made that mod. He definitely endorsed it, if nothing else. So, man's got ideas, you know what I'm saying? What is it? It's the Blackpool something shark. Something like that. Let's see what we can find on that mod. Maybe someone will help us out figuring out what it's for. Alright. A shark has been spotted on Blackpool Beach. Isn't that nice? I want the Beam.NG mod. How long have I been recording for? Yeah. There it is. We were close. It's for dunes. We got that part right. Well, they got a whole cinematic and everything. Buggy. I mean, are buggies for racing or are they just for enjoying? What is creepy music? Sounds AI generated using old model. Alright, but what is this thing for? Hey, yeah, you did a good job modeling it. I just don't know what the intended purpose of a buggy is. I mean, everyone loves it. Alright, this guy says it's difficult to control and steer. Yeah, how do you actually use it properly? There you go. I'm not alone. Steering a bit insane on the off-road versions. Hard to control. Yeah. It's the predator, the shark. You don't need a big engine to be a predator, just hard to control and oversteery. It's like a bucking bronco. You gotta domesticate it, bro. That's why I don't like it. I'm over here like trying to build alliances with predators. I literally had a dream as a kid where like I approached a monster and I was like, I won't hurt you if you don't hurt me. And the monster was like, oh damn, I've been waiting for someone to say that. Now I don't gotta be a monster anymore. If only life was Like a child's dream, huh? It's something I gotta let go of. The fact that you can't win everything with diplomacy. Ability. This guy wants to drift it. See, I'm not the only one who has dumb ideas. He spin out. Even trying to do rally, can't keep it on the road. And then this guy says very capable. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Huh. I mean, it's obviously not for the courses with a lot of elevation changes because it doesn't have the suspension and the tires to soak that up. It didn't even like the little gravel with a couple like rocks sticking up in Utah that popped a tire. I mean, it's literally the oversteer challenge mobile. Lack of weight in the front. I think one of the reasons it oversteers is because of the suspension travel in the rear tires. You see how when I was driving it, like, and I almost looked like a rudder on a boat or like a plane, like the way it was working. Handles perfectly. I mean, maybe we just got to find some easier courses that don't have all the jumps and the elevation changes. Which means we're going to end up repairing it and then driving it again and then having to repair it again. Oh. It's a real life version. It's got road looking tires on it. So come on, someone tell me, like, what's the perfect use case for this? I don't know what that guy's looking at, but that bouncy truck looked hypnotizing. If you ride the off-road 160 at approximately 140 km/h, release the throttle and tap once at the left or right steering button using the keyboard. It'll totally spin out of control. You think the chassis is weaker than the wheels? Get out of here. Yeah, found the main problem. Yeah, maybe it's been tweaked since 2022 as well. You never know. Now here's someone struggling. It's the same one from the reviews. The rear suspension bump steers. Is that the thing I'm talking about? With it extends on one side and like pulls back on the other. All IRS bump steers. You know, I don't need to search the IRS. I know what's going to come up, and it's not going to be helpful. Toe in on compression. Nah, this is too technical for me. We're not here to learn physics. We're here to laugh at me being unable to learn physics. I'm seeing if there's like a dumb explanation in here amongst the smart explanation. Yeah, it sucks for Baja, basically. It's what we just found out. I guess we can look up the aerial nomad then. Cool. I don't know, no one's even been talking on this for a while. Alright. So the original post. Sand dunes, mud, unpaved roads, and then race on a track. So never once has he said off-road racing. Or baja, or do jumps, or do technical circuits. Literally soft roading, sand dunes, mud. You can tune it for a track if you want. Maybe I should do more research on cars I buy in this game. I don't know. Me just trying to make it work for something versus trying to actually learn a little bit about the kind of things we're buying. What do you think? Throw around based on popular redacted. What? Huh. At this point, it was under development still. So yeah, this thing ain't for any type of off-road racing. You can, it's literally you have to use it as a cruiser and chill out mobile. I'm going against what I intended to do with it. I'm going against what it's intended to do, and I'm suffering the consequences. Fair enough, I suppose. So, I mean, what does Ariel say that the Nomad is for? Is it an exploring or a racing thing? Exploring, touring, drifting. That looks like racing to me, though. What is touring in this concept? That looks like soft roading to me, though. Yeah, alright. I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, there's consequences to the full-on, like, Baja and huge tire kind of pre-ruddery type vehicles that are better suited for what we were trying to do. They're far less road capable and bouncier and all kind of nicheness that's not always wanted. The Adams Mucky Brother. The Adams just like a super light, like track car, right? So this started as a super light and became a buggy. It's not like a designated buggy. Like performance on slash off roader. Adam is road and track. The Nomad is road and off. Twisty road, gravel, rally stage, a green lane, or just a field. Fine, we using the vehicle improperly. I accept that. What? Off-road pace to rival a Baja race? No. Not gonna be doing no Baja. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't comment on the real vehicle, just driving a mod, but we'll recognize that this isn't actually having an opinion on the real thing. Ford engine. Alright. Versus that. Yeah. I get the difference. Alright. We've learned the hard way. I should never have gone on this map. I mean, it did do the dunes perfectly fine. But let's get out of here. Let's not destroy the truck on the track and say we did. Why the truck not driving? Uh-oh. Sure, it's fine. Let's just teleport it over here, and then it'll just fix itself. Uh-oh. This map don't want to let me go. Come on. I don't know what's wrong with it. Guess we're using a free tow. Oh. Didn't want to go all the way back over here. There's nothing wrong with it. If I'd known it was going to be broken, we would have went and done all of our reading at this point. Still can't do anything with you. That is irritating. I want to just sell the buggy. Well, actually, not really. I want to go find something it's good at. The little off-road track here is too much for it. Oh. I don't want to just make it into a circuit car either. That's boring. I mean, there is an autocross circuit over here. Rallycross. Of course, the buggy is all the way over there broken, so that's not happening. How can we kill 5 minutes without making more AI music? I'm on the roof. Buzzy car. I had no idea what kind of car I want to buy for the Find a Car Kevin Enjoys challenge. Nice looking interior, low-end VMH, whatever the hell. And we can look that phrase up. There's something we could do. Is it NVH? What does the H stand for? Noise, vibration, heartache. I don't know. The hell does it stand for? Oh. NVH. Harshness. There you go. Psychoacoustics. Hello, hello. What is this term? Study and modification of the noise and vibration characteristics of vehicles. I gotta eat my dinner soon. It's almost sun up. I was deliberately playing Beam until 5, so we almost there. Yeah. Jury evaluations. What are psychoacoustics, though? Psychophysics. Perception of sound by the human auditory system. The psychological responses associated with sound. You think we can find anything about, like, engine and all that stuff we were babbling about? I'm sure someone else has thought of it first. Car engine predator taming. Let's see. Old predator carbs. Well, it's just like a trim level for something. That's not useful. How about car engine sound predator? Let's see if that... This would be somewhere where it's better to use AI. Be like, hey, has anyone come up with this concept before? See, when you can't find search terms, that's where AI comes in. Have any studies related to car engine sound to predator animals? Relating to, I guess we'll say, like, sportiness. Let's see if that's enough for it. It actually need a search for that, so good. We'll come back to that in a second. So see, a regular search, not finding anything of any value for what we try to do. That's in BMH. Surprising amount of research directly connecting the sounds of car engines to primal evolutionary responses to predators. Engineers and psychologists found the sounds we perceive as sporty and powerful borrow heavily from the acoustic signatures of threatening animals. Prove it. Ford says you like Mustangs because of your DNA. Why do you scroll down? Reason you feel pounding thump of blood, mainline rush from the sound of a Mustang, active valve, prehistoric, blah, 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 blah. Condition to react quickly to loud and powerful sounds. Fight or flight chemistry. Yeah, I'm getting so meta here. I'm going to ruin sports cars for anybody watching. Be like, you like sports cars because it makes you feel stressed. You're a stress addict. I'm calling you out. Primal desire for action and adrenaline. Henny Yesh, Ford exhaust development engineer. This looks like an interesting article, but I want to see what else the AI dug up. There's a bunch of Mustang pictures. That one was kind of generic. It wasn't explicitly the Colhane theory. Here we go. Low-frequency diesel engines are similar to predator growls. They trigger an involuntary, deep-seated fear response. What? That's not about, like, V8s. That's diesels. We weren't even talking about diesels. Disturbing noise. Diesel engine disaster. That could be why people complain about, like, noise pollution in cities and how stressful it is. Like, is it literally just the truck rumbling? No noise ordinance. He's talking about everything. I want to just hear about the Colhoun theory. I don't want to go through all of this. No. They literally posted it here. Dope. We replace diesel engines and other engines with the Franklin fuel cells. Well, I don't know what that is, but it hasn't happened since your 2007 theory. Friction brakes. Collision avoidance AI. Yeah, we sort of have that. It isn't a study, it's just a theory that the AI dug up. "2026 report on wildlife safaris. Leopards are incredibly sensitive to low frequency." I mean, that is the thing. The engines that have more cylinders tend to have lower frequency growls, don't they? Maybe it's just like a size thing. Maybe it's not the amount of cylinders. There's just a correlation between size and cylinder count. Animal flight response from a diesel in first gear. Sportiness. Cultural phenomenon. For an predator driving culture. Modified mufflers designed to snarl or growl. What's this? Intimidation by vehicle. Huh. Boombox stereo. They're playing music that sounds like jungle drums and cannibalism. I mean, maybe. But the way you're wording this is awfully funny. You're making a mockery of yourself, I'm just saying. Oh, teeth like wheel spokes. Well, I don't know how much people are doing spinners and all that stuff anymore. This article from 2004. So, you know. They are making the headlights look more aggressive as time goes by. That's true. But tinted windows, yeah, okay. Hoods concealing faces, I don't know what that means. People are putting the words Reaper and Havoc on their car. Skulls and Deaths too. Is it our skulls and death or theirs? Whose? Not the high wheelbase vehicles. Suggested responses. I don't get it. This wasn't AI written. This was written 20-some years ago. But yet it still has some of that weirdness to it. Get out of here with those emails, midnight blog posts. Tell you, if I read all the blog posts that I get emailed about, well, I'd have to have more than 24 hours a day, because half the blog posts come with like a 2-hour video. No one has time for that. AI pulls up funny things. I think we can do more than just music and visual art with AI to get a laugh. I think we can just tell it to research random topics and like madman theories and then read the old things that it drags up. Pretty funny. The silent predator. What? Oh no, silent cars are scary too. Can't have a loud car or a quiet car. You're a predator anyway. All cars are just big metal animals waiting to jump on you. Yeah, I already made that joke. Auditory illusions could save lives. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that the growl of a sports car. I mean, the modern cars, sure, but I don't think that anybody specifically designed engines to make these kind of noises. I think things kind of just came together, and then people realized something and enhanced certain traits. But everything begins as an accident. You know, it didn't note all of the things it found here, just the ones it thought were the funniest. So what all did it find? Fuel economy hypermodeling, that's not relevant. Research into a V8 burble. The canine department. Dog's hearing. When dog is next to a V8 engine running at exactly 2,758 RPM, it'll cause dogs to stop, turn, and slowly walk toward the source of the sound. The researchers are looking for owners of V8 engines, including Daimler SP250S. See if they can prove this theory. Yeah, April 1st, yeah. Falling for old April Fool's jokes, are we, AI? That's pretty funny. I was picturing like a zombie apocalypse of just dogs attracted to like engines. Just walking toward them like drooling, eyes fixed. 10 animals that sound just like cars. What's this? Chevrolet Cruise form. That sounds incredibly similar to the Predator from the movie. I don't know. You don't have a video. You're boring. You will note the last AI song we made, the AI started hallucinating from the other songs. So I think I do need to reset the chat every time I do a song, unless I want them to reference each other. The quality also is much lower with this latest one. Oh, well, that truck should be fixed by now, right? I don't know. I feel like we didn't find enough here to validate our theory, or the theory that other people were questioning the theory and theorizing the theory with theory. Theorem. Yeah, that gives me enough to make a song around. Lucky you. Alright. No lyrics. Yeah, you spell theremin right. Theremin growls. Predator. Snarl. Puma. Predator roar. Regular roar. Roar. I'm not wasting credits. Oh, hey, they got rid of credits. They got rid of credits? Cool. I mean, I never used up the daily credits anyway, but that's niche. Alright. What do you think of this artwork? I think if that was more proportional, I would like it. In this one, bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash. Oh. It's that sour note right at the end of the song. Be needing those sour notes. Yeah, we'll see what this map look like, and then we need to be calling the episode. Assuming the game loads on the first try. If it doesn't, then I'll probably just leave you on the cliffhanger. What's the new map look like? How are we gonna get the dune buggy here? How much will it cost to fix it this time? Yeah, I should turn my surround sound off before I forget about it. Should turn off the AI cringe producing before I get tempted by it. And we doing good. I heard the noise of good tidings. So I think our game about to load in. So this map, like I said ages ago in probably a different episode, it has 22 houses for sale. I couldn't find any like actual screenshots of this map, including the map of the map. But that tells me it's big. We'll see how the quality is. I don't know what to expect here. First impressions are, let's be polite, let's be generous, let's give it some more time. Alright. Huh. Mostly mountain. I didn't know what to expect. And, it's interesting. So this may not be the ideal map for the buggy. Is it just one pavement road and then a whole bunch of off-roading? Huh. That looks like something the dune buggy could handle. Little loop around the lumberyard. Little 20-second course. I think they need to engineer in multiple ways to enter exit a map, because having one on each end of this would be amazing. Just saying. How do you pronounce that word? A two-gay. Two-gay. That probably won't right. Pig farm. Bogside. I don't know what the garages cost on this map. TJ's Off-Road World and Rally Stage. I don't know how developed this map is. It's version 1.0. There's been a lot of pre 1.0 development going on. No damage. Extra boards. Huh. A river lot. Oh, those are. Well, this one's a paved road. I don't know about any of those up in the mountains. Ashport. Yeah, Ivy Gate. Yeah, there's a lot of garages, alright. But is there a lot of ways to earn money? Uncle's hideout. That damn uncle. Oh yeah, there's logging missions. That's a thing that's here. There's a lot of logging missions. The Bluebird Shack. Ivy Gate. Weird. The garages are delivery facilities. These all say they have nothing, but I don't know if that's true. Return loop. So there's challenging off-roading, I would say. That looks like a paved road going up there, too. But I don't know what's up there. It's got a little bit of the excitement of a SnowRunner map, even though you can see the whole map from the start. The quarry probably has work for a truck like mine. I'm not opposed to cheating myself a garage. If there's enough interesting things to do near it. There's a whole neighborhood over here. 4 houses all right together. Okay. I see how it is. You get to make aesthetic choices. That pink house. Is that literally the house from the other map? So, I mean, there's like a whole town of like upgraded houses you can go between. But is there a way to earn the money that lets you do that? Backyard track. Now that looks like something that would be doable. El Place. The Blue Jay. The Rally Loop. The Canyon Trail. The Crawl. Power lines look like a little more difficult off-roading. Bunch of off-road passes up in the mountains. There's no lack of off-roading challenge. But there might be a lack of things that our vehicles can accomplish. Downhill drift. So these are some windy mountain roads. I don't know why this menu just always does that. That doesn't feel correct. So let's look in the phone. I feel like that's how you're supposed to be interacting with the stuff in RLS. Yeah. Give me a list. Those houses are expensive. I was expecting... Hello? Hey, he's got a dune buggy. Maybe it's mine. Maybe they stole it and painted it yellow again. Yeah, all the houses here seem expensive. That's unfortunate. Well, the uncle's one is always cheap. Yeah, the garage is cheap. It only has 1 slot. That sucks. Why do these only have 1? What a ripoff. $1 million. No. I mean, I know it's just fantasy dollar amounts, but there's still only a certain amount that I'm really wanting to cheat. I hope you have good paying jobs here. This is broken. It's listing things for the other map again. Uh-oh. Well, that's niche. Now we're merged between these 2 maps. So it doesn't just break with the California map and Utah. It's any 2 maps. So maybe if we went back to Utah, that would be working now. Why are my shift buttons busted again? Because it's trying to connect to this, that's why. It's interacting with a menu. What do you even have here? Do you have any jobs that aren't going to break? Just trailers. Let's drop a save. Before we break something. We'll do a little bit of exploring in this episode. Little bit. Fortunately, we didn't enter the world with a broken truck. So, I don't have to... That was sketchy. Guess we're getting out of the truck. I don't know how we're going to get the dune buggy over here, and I don't know if there's really anything for it to do here either. Can I please, like, look at this? I like the idea. Drive across map, get money. Have fun. Here's a bunch of sports cars. And not so sporty cars, too. Let's take the Fiat. I mean, I know Dodge Vipers. They're cool. Corvettes. Yeah, I know. But how often do you see the Fiat 124? So we should be able to teleport the truck around if all's well and fine. Oh, so it's a bit locked in here right now, so let's hope all is well and fine. I didn't hear any contact. Tires are made out of rubber. It's fine. Well, now listen to that. That's the sound of a 1.4. No predators here. Ooh, smoky. That's not a good sign. I hope this car is reliable. NVMH isn't going to be so great, but what are you going to do? NVMH. More delivery spots. More. But wait, there's more. Endlessly more. Now, this thing revs pretty high. I might never need to come out of first gear. There's too much traffic. Am I supposed to have fun on the roads with these many cars? We should be able to change that. I don't know if it'll update on the fly or not. Let's go down to 5 cars. Be nice if it just suddenly despawned the police car. It's like I can't even go around. Not that this thing's really fast enough anyway. How did I get in second gear? I don't remember doing that. That's why I thought it was so high revving and whatever. It's like immediately up to second. Oh, I could have passed there. Blind corner. It's fine. Oil overheating. What? Yeah, good luck with the traffic cop. Yeah, I don't like that the oil's overheating. Engine oil critically low. Oh. I knew it was smoking. They said the car was repaired and ready to be returned. I don't think they fixed it. Man, we're going to be losing reputation the second we get here, and it's not even our fault. There's so much force feedback on these roads. Oh, no. That's not a happy car kind of noise. It's knocking. soup in your naka. Alright, we know how to deal with that. I was really hoping to drive that, though, but it is a Fiat. Gonna have to fix it again, Tony. Don't. No. You can't blame me for that. I'm doing my best. Smoky. Alright. We've done this before. That didn't open the keyboard. Come on, computer. Don't play games with me. I'm the one playing games. How did I enable this so that the cheats worked? That's the Windows key. Apparently that helped. Why not? I think we connected it. It's a bit sketchy. It exploded. Pressure tank. I hope I don't need the pressure tank for anything. At least it wasn't the fuel tank. Oh. You can't turn off the parking brake when the pressure tank is broken, because that's the brakes. And then our tire blew up. He started it. Well, now both of the vehicles are broken. Great. Oh, what did I do? Accidentally attach that to the tire. I have no idea. I have to watch the video to see what stupid caused that. I got scammed. They knew it was broken. It's cheating. Oh. And I don't have a garage, so now what do I do? I don't want to take the taxi again. We already played that game last time. Supposed to be easy. I don't even know how to abandon the mission either. How far did we even get? We didn't. Oh. What? I can't walk this whole way, can I? That's one way to make a map feel bigger than it is. What's that noise? I'm going hiking. Can always jump back down on the road. Yeah, Beam.NG could certainly use that graphics update. It's almost as if this isn't a hiking simulator. I hear the sound of a predator approaching. Doh. Can I jump that? No. Trying to shoot myself like a basketball. Doh. So, if you can tell by the attention to detail where you're supposed to be driving and exploring, Down there, yes. Up here, no. I mean, this road is so... Well, I was going to say the road's downhill, so if I just spawn the truck further in, but... No. That ain't going to work. And now there's no traffic. No. Let's call the taxi again. Maybe it'll work better this time. Oh, you always come in the wrong way. I don't trust this thing to even turn around. Or load its textures in, apparently. Oh, stop backing up. It's still trying to back up. Engine starved of oil. What? Is there something with this map? Because that car's smoking. This car was smoking. I think I can turn the lights on, but I can't do anything else. Well, you don't pay in advance for taxi rides. I feel like I'm just sabotaging myself going further into this map. Oh. We'll find a way out. Don't worry. We wouldn't get stranded in the middle of nowhere. Why'd that tire explode? It was going well and fine. If we could just get a taxi to spawn in going the right way. I think it did actually scale down the traffic, but there's something with the engine oil on this map. I don't know, the elevation's too high or something. I don't know. I like how you have to earn getting to the town. Oh, that's a long way to go. We would have gotten 2K if we'd been able to drive there. I'm walking here. Oh, I can change the time of day in here. It's evening now. Alright, I'm gonna have to use that more often. And you can always do various cheaty things. There's probably a teleporting cheat in here somewhere. We'll figure it out at some point as it becomes necessary. Let's just try to get a taxi to spawn going the right way. Let's try to get a taxi going anyway. Where the taxi at? Dope. It's up there, isn't it? Yup. Yep. That's useless. Even if it does manage to find its way down the rocks. And it may. We should have just used the node grabber to unstick the taxi, huh? That would have been smart. A lot of nice verticality on this map. It's a very nice... Imagine once they get the lighting engine overhauled. My graphics card gonna be screaming in pain. Like a Predator. Alien versus Predator. FPS versus Predator. RTX versus GPU. I'm delaying my dinner. Going on a beam hike. This road would have been real fun to drive, especially now that the traffic's become less dense. Now I just feel like I'm playing the Elder Scrolls Oblivion a few thousand years into the future out of that fantasy era. Surely the taxi can handle turning around here if it needs to. Oh, now you're going the right way. Taxi. 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 Who you gonna call? Taxi. Taxi. Don't make me fall. Taxi. Taxi. Kevin's going crazy. Dee 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 dee. It'd be a nice view if I didn't have this no texture glitch in my way. You might turn it on the windshield wipers. Oh, this would have been a great drive in that little convertible. Hey, the oil's not a problem in this one. I bet Beam is doing elevation calculation, and that was screwing with the oil. I know there's various climate systems going on under the hood. There's just no actual weather officially in the game. And again, elevation shouldn't affect fuel-injected vehicles. So I don't know. Which vehicles did it? No, it affected the Fiat. That's fuel-injected. This feels like the intro to a Sims game right now. And maybe I'm just saying that because I'm thinking of playing that kind of game on the channel at some point. I gotta finish that strategy game. I feel guilty if I leave that unfinished. And then I got a whole bunch of different things I want to try, including well, not a whole bunch, like 2 things I want to try. A horror game and a Sims type game. I never know how much time I have before I'm at the next hospital. Which I want to happen sooner. It's like, if I gotta leave a series unfinished to get to a hospital, I'm doing it. But whatever. I don't care enough to not play Beam or anything else that I've already got going on. I also wasn't capable of playing a strategy game today. My brain couldn't do things that deep. Now this is looking a little more basic down here. And I guess if you're gonna do a big map, you can't have everything extremely HD. I mean, I don't want to be dunking on it. It's up to the specifications of the RLS people. I mean, this is like an official partnership. So we need to give it a chance. Not just be a graphics snob. Yeah, we're the closest garage I can rent. That is not getting delivered. Delivered 2 vehicles. They were just scamming me on both ends. No. Oh, kinds of scammage. Where are the houses at? Over there. Where was the crazy uncle's hideout? How do I cancel this job? There's got to be a way to do that in here. Yeah. Stupid penalties. Oh. Scenic. Now, the uncle stuff was up there. I don't even know where the turnoff is to get down there. Yeah, we're not worried about it. That's over there. We're over here. Also, when I was looking through the files earlier to figure out how to cheat, I realized that this game auto-generates little families for all the property you can buy and gives them different traits, like whether they're desperate to sell the house or it's been like running in the family. Like, so there's like an under the hood mechanic to how much you can negotiate on the properties. It's completely hidden in the game as far as I'm aware. That's crazy. Do I even care which house I get? I mean, aesthetics-wise, I guess. I don't want to sell the truck, I'll tell you that. I mean, we could afford some of the houses over here. Probably not that one. That one looks more expensive. The garage wasn't that much, but it's only got room for one. So let's look at the price on Blue Jay and L Place versus the ones over here. Figure out what neighborhood we're going for. Niche. Oh, cool. Yeah, we can skim around the map. That's actually more helpful. And the barn house is expensive. You got 2 slots. You got 2 slots. So those would be alright. It's annoying you can only rent property for an hour. You only got 1 slot. 3. I don't think there's an auction house on this map, though. Creekside. Can't have another 1 slot. That's just ridiculous. Why is this house so cheap? Yeah, the traffic's picking back up. Oh, the time of day is probably why the traffic went down. Barrow Gate. Which way do we go, Mario? Liberty Bell. The porch light. I just cheat myself a house. I don't care. It's just a matter of which one. Which neighborhood do we walk toward? Let's walk toward the one that has more houses. I bet the dune buggy would be great buzzing around this field. Sounds like a way to waste money. No. So I don't know, where do you think this map modeled after? I'd say in the Appalachians somewhere. Yeah, there's a creek. That stops you from just cutting over, huh? They don't want you just cheating your way over to the quarry by going through the field. The porch light. So when it says vehicle capacity and parking spots, I wonder what that talking about. But yeah, we just learning the map right now, so. Cargo. Oh, I know, it's gonna just be mail. Yeah. You could drive a mail truck. Is this house not? Yeah, it is working. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. Which of the houses that are for sale? There's these two here. There's the one over there we can't. Well, I'm not going to cheat enough to get. And then there's the ones over here. This place, alright. More expensive. I don't know where these supposed garage slots are. When there's no garage. Hello. So this must be the cheap one. Yeah. One vehicle. No. I don't actually know. There's got to be materials jobs on this map. That'd be insane if there wasn't. It's just a question of how well do they pay. And which of these are just bugged in from the other map? All of them. Fun. Sort by distance, sort by jobs. Maintenance depot. Buggy ones. I mean, if we were willing to customize the truck, obviously there's more to do. Whatever. I like how these houses are just completely discombobulated. There's like no sense of neighborhood consistency. They just get in one house of probably every model of Hilful in the game. I can't mock them for that. That's fine. I do wonder if they made any of the house models. But yeah. This one's next to the gas station, and it's a yellow house. It's got two things going for it. Oh, there's some more houses over here. Over there. The Liberty Bell. Too many houses, too little time. What's over here? Are there any houses there? Probably not. I wonder what's all through the map here, because I don't see any locations. I'm sure these are all just letters. Oh, the maintenance depot. Let's check that out. I'm curious what cargo you got. Having a garage next to somewhere the truck could do deliveries for has an appeal to it, doesn't it? Sure wish we could drive between these locations in the driving game. kind of vehicles you got for sale? Yeah, regular old cars. This is the anti-niche dealership. You got a Mustang, though. Hey, you want to see something funny? I'm going to load in this Mustang real quick. Well, real moderately speed. Oh, it's 6. I need to be cutting this. Oh, no. Never mind. Sorry. You have to watch the troubleshooting episodes if you want to know what that Mustang can do. It has nothing to do with driving it. This house got a crawl space. Big garage. All parcels. Difficult missions with a high pay. You could definitely do some grinding around here. If you have the right vehicle for it. But yeah, I gotta call the episode. Play too long. Figure out how to fix the car next time. Goodbye.